What is up with my Capricorn friends? How y'all doing? It is time for your bonus reading for September 2023. Basically, just looking for details that I missed or completely left out of the main monthly reading. Don't forget, y'all, pre-recorded personal readings are $50 off from now until the end of September. So for those of you who would like a personal reading, all the information to how to go about getting one is in the description of this video. Okay, we're going to jump right into this. Let's jump right in. Let's see. Starting this here with the next person coming in. Next person due to come in. Not necessarily the person that you're thinking about. Not necessarily the person that you're interested in. But the next soul contract due to come in. Let's see. Let's get a general energetic outline of that situation. Woo! That's a good one to jump out. Six of Wands. Hang on a minute. Okay. Oh, Seven of Cups reversed too. That's good one. Good one. Okay. Ooh, looks like a completed karmic cycle to me. Yup. This is going to be on a whole new level right here. Whole new level. But with the Fool reversed and the Knight of Swords. This is what I want to focus on first. I've been seeing a lot of this here lately. A lot of you who watch pretty much most of my readings might have heard me say many times to many different signs that you're not wanting to just jump right into it. I think a lot of signs are going through that here lately. A lot of people just in general aren't wanting to jump in with both feet into anything and make any stupid decisions. So it might, I'm kind of feeling like this is probably somebody you're just going to be like talking to for a little bit. Like maybe, I mean, I'm not saying that you're not connecting with this person at all. Maybe some of you will, some of you won't, but it's mainly, there's probably going to be a pretty decent talking stage to this before it really picks up and starts going anywhere. And I don't think that's arbitrary. I think you're doing that very strategically and deliberately. But this is a whole new cycle. Whole new cycle. And here's the good thing, too. For those of you who will be wondering whether or not this person has an inbox full of other people, I'm not saying that they never did have a DM full of other people, but once you come along, they cutting all that off. They cutting all that off. You know, you ever been at that point in your life where you're just so tired of games that whenever you connect with that one person that you're like, oh, okay, it's you. It's you. You cut everybody else off. I think it's what this person's doing, honestly. I do think so. But the only thing about it is, again, whole new cycle, meaning this connection is going to be on a completely different level than anything you've ever dealt with before. And as good as that sounds, which it is good, I'm not saying it's not, there usually can very easily, that can come with some concerns because it's so different, because it's so unlike anything you've dealt with before. So it's hard to predict. It's hard to figure out what's going on if you've never seen any of these signs or any of these synchronicities. You've never dealt with any of these patterns before. You could be wondering what's going on. Okay, I've never seen this before. Never seen somebody act like that before. I've never seen somebody do that. Never heard somebody say that. What is this? Never dealt with nobody like this before, you know? But it's a good thing. I think it's a very good thing because more than likely, I feel like this is going to turn into something long-term and very successful. Could be an Aries for some of you. I also have Taurus here. Yeah, whole new cycle. Let's take a deeper dig at their feelings and intentions. Deeper dig, deeper dig. Let's see. 10 of Swords. Magician. Okay. Knight of Wands. Okay. And the 10 of Swords. This kind of feels to me like somebody who was hurt so badly in the past that they had completely given up on love. They had given up on it. Yep. They had completely given up on it. But this connection right here is awakening their faith. Chariot. Yeah, this here is awakening their faith. Now, they still have some unhealed trauma too, like most of us. Nothing wrong with that. So they're a little bit on the fence too, kind of like you. But for the very most part, I think this person's very beside themselves because they've just recently thrown in the white towel, given up on it, and said, all right, fuck it then. Ain't nobody out there for me. It is what it is then. I ain't got no time for this shit. Fine, fuck it. I'll just be alone then. Whatever. It is what it is. Every time somebody gives themselves permission to let go like that, bam, they run into something, a person that's unlike anybody they've ever connected with before, because they're not, see, when we're out hunting for it and looking for it and searching for it and wishing for it and waiting for it, we're getting in the way. We're getting in the way. The ego trying to figure it out and find it and hunt for it is getting in its own way. Whenever you let go like that, you get out of the way. And it makes it really, really, really easy for the universe to put that person right in your path. Bam, you run into them by accident. I'm kind of feeling like that's what's happening here. So at the time, at the moment the two of you connect, they weren't looking for anything serious. They weren't holding on to hope, desperately hoping and wishing and waiting true love would come in. I think they had given up on it. And that's a good thing, because this person is tired of games. They ain't playing no games. Oh no, they ain't playing no games. And that's a good thing. I tell people all the time, when you have two people so sick of playing games that they're not afraid to be alone come together, that's a force to be reckoned with right there. That's a force to be reckoned with. Because look, two people who aren't afraid to be alone, if you're not afraid to be alone, you know you ain't playing games. You know they ain't playing games. So we're together because we choose each other. We both see the potential here. You know what I mean? Let's see the outcome for the first 30 days. Outcome for the first 30 days. 9 of Wands reversed. Letting your guard down. Probably going to be a slow process, letting your guard down. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. And the 3 of Wands. Okay. Again, communication. It's probably going to be a slow process, honestly. Not a whole lot of movement. I don't think this is going to be something that picks up and takes off and starts moving real fast. Not really. But it feels comfortable at the same time. It feels comfortable at the same time because you have that part of you that is trying to keep you safe. You know, that part of the ego analytical thinking brain that's looking back in the past at all the mistakes it's made, and it's trying to cast that forth into the future and look for red flags and watch it and trying to keep itself safe. But at the same time, there aren't very many, if any at all, red flags or alarm bells going off here. So it may be a slow rolling process, but it kind of feels very comfortable and natural. Like I said, mainly this is probably going to start off mainly with a talking phase, a talking stage, more than anything. And again, slow movement, but that's cool. That's good though. Let's get some advice. It doesn't really sound like it needs advice, to be honest with you. Sounds pretty damn good to me. But let's just see. Any advice? What's Capricorn's favorite card? 10 of Pentacles. Don't let anything distract you from your goals. Don't let any new connection distract you from your goals. What we have to do is we have to be able to come together and allow our goals we need to be able to work together. I need to take your goals and my goals. We come together and build an empire together. Can we do that? That's the question. That is the question. Maintain a positive outlook on the future. Don't let a new connection distract you from any healing that needs to be done from the past either. Yeah, make peace with the past. Make peace with the past, and if anything, when you look back in the past, extract wisdom and lessons from the past and use them moving forward. That's the most important thing about remembering the past. That's also how you transmute any unfinished business. That's how you cut any soul contracts, karmic contracts, is we take the energy from the past and we use it. We use it to create new things. And that's how you assign meaning to your past. The cool thing about being a human on planet Earth? Your life is completely fucking meaningless, except for the meaning that you give it. Except for the meaning that you give it. At the end of the day, you're the one that decides the meaning of your life. You're the only one who can do that. You are the only one who can do that. Listen to me very carefully. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. I don't care why you're watching this video. We have been so conditioned to look to people outside of ourselves for the answers that most people have no idea that they have that kind of power over their life. Once you understand how much power your perception has over your life and that you get to decide, you decide. You decide. Don't let nobody's opinions affect you. Nobody has the power to cast an opinion on you that fucking means anything. Why the fuck do we waste so much time on other people's opinions? The universe doesn't manifest your life based on other people's opinions. The universe manifests your life based on what's really happening in your heart and mind, not what other people think. You're the one with the power. Your opinion is the only one that matters. All right. I trailed off there a little bit, but I know somebody needed to hear that, so I felt called to keep babbling. All right. Now we're doing the current person. Remember, I always have to say this, okay? If you're not experiencing any issues, problems, or concerns with your current person, this is not your reading. If you're not experiencing any issues or problems with your current person, I don't even know what you're doing here. Be honest with you. I don't even know what the hell you're watching me for. I just have to say that, that's the disclaimer. You would think that we're all grown adults and we have common sense, but you'd be surprised. There's some people out there with no common fucking sense, dude. All right. What's the issue? What's the problem? What's going on between Capricorn and the current person? King of Cups reversed. Emotional immaturity, emotional manipulation. And walking on eggshells. Tension. Nine of Swords. Temperance reversed. So y'all are all out of whack and off balance. And this is starting to turn a little bit toxic. Yep, because you all keep repeating the same cycle. See, that's when it turns toxic. That's when it turns toxic. To a large degree, one argument in and of itself isn't necessarily intrinsically toxic. Okay? To a large degree. It can be, it has the potential to be, but it isn't always. What's toxic is when we come together and we have an argument. Okay, we butt heads. Okay, well, we got to work together as a team to overcome this issue. But we don't do it. There's too much finger pointing, too much ego, you know, and we spin in circles, and that energy just stays stagnant between the two of us. And that same argument, that same conflict, that same problem keeps manifesting over and over and over. And before you know it, we're basking and bathing in this energy. And we are spending the majority of our time in fight or flight mode. There is no animal on this planet that is designed to be in a permanent state of fight or flight. That's toxic to the body. Very toxic. And this is starting to turn a little bit toxic here, because this issue, y'all keep repeating and recycling the same issue. It's just looping around on repeat. So it's getting to the point now where you all are not 100% open, transparent, and honest with each other. Walking on eggshells. One of you, I can't tell who it is, but one of you doesn't even like coming home. I'm feeling that energy big time. Wants to stay at work and work overtime. Oh, I don't even want to go fucking home. I know as soon as I walk in the door, it's going to be an argument over some fucking thing. I was in a marriage like that, dude. I was in a marriage just like that. My first marriage was just like that, dude. I know that feeling where you don't even want to go home. I don't even want to go home. It's just going to be a new argument when I walk in the door about something. You know, my first wife, oh my God, she was addicted to arguing and bitching. And there was no way to keep her satisfied. No way, you know. And I don't know who it is here, but I kind of feel like that energy is in there somewhere. It could be both of you. Could be both of you. Because this energy right here, man, it's toxic. Okay. Could be a fellow Capricorn for some of you. I also have Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries here. I got the whole fire element. Let's take a deeper dig at their intentions and their feelings. Current person Capricorn's dealing with. Current person. Justice reversed. Could be a Libra for some of you. They feel like this is very unfair. They feel like whatever it is that's going on is very unfair, like they're being treated unfairly. I'm not saying that they are or they're not, but for whatever reason, they feel that way. They do love you, though. They do love you. Yeah, they're anticipating, because again, they feel the walking on eggshells energy too, and it's weighing down on them, and it's very heavy, and they're anticipating that at any given day, this is going to crash and burn and come to an end. They're just kind of waiting on that day. For some of you, this person is financially codependent. Again, especially maybe, I know this isn't everybody, but I know there's probably a handful of you. You're bringing either all the money to the table or most of it. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, both reversed. These energies could go both ways. Now, I've also seen this come out where both people make really good money. But the only reason one person is even in that relationship is because of both incomes together. Like we both make $500,000 a piece, and the only reason this person's in that relationship is because they want that $1 million lifestyle, you know? So, okay. Could be a Libra. Let's see. Who do I got here? I got Libra, Cancer. Libra and Cancer here. Okay. All right. Honestly, it doesn't look too horrible to me, honestly. I'm not saying that they haven't done anything bad, but their intentions, what I'm looking at is the intention at the deepest level. You know, and I don't think this person's actions are coming from a bad place. They may be manifesting into bad things, but they're not coming from a bad place, if that makes any sense. Let's look at the outcome then for September. Moon card. Feelings are being repressed. Secrets are being kept. Sun card. Lover's card. Still can't walk away from this though, can you? Yep, still can't walk away from this. Tower reversed. Lover's card. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. This connection is too difficult to walk away from. Is there any advice? Is there any advice? Two of Swords. Five of Swords reversed. Well, it's not worth a battle. It's really not. At the end of the day, I can't give them advice. I can't. I can only give you advice because you're here. What I always recommend, it doesn't matter which side of the coin you're on. It doesn't matter if you're the cause of the problems or if you're not. The only thing you can do is take it upon yourself to be the bigger person and make sure you are not contributing to any toxic energy. Okay. So say, for example, say you always start an argument with them because they never pick their towel up off the floor. Just for example. Well, you know what? You need to take a step back and just accept that they're never going to pick their towel up. Oh, okay. Well, you're a person that just leaves towels on the floor then. Okay, whatever. All right, whatever. Well, that's just what it is then. That's just what it is. I guess they're just probably never going to pick their towel up. Oh, well. Is that going to kill me? No, not really. Is it going to be hard for me to just bend down and pick it up? No, not really. Or just shut up about it and leave it alone? Is it that big of a deal? You know? See what I'm saying? Just make sure that you're not contributing to any negative, toxic energy. Make sure you're not the one doing it. At the end of the day, lots of relationships, I would feel safe saying upwards of 50% of relationships end up coming to an end, not over big, serious things, over teeny, little, petty ass bullshit things that pile up and build up over time. Little teeny little shit. And usually, in a great majority of cases, it has to do with one person who wants the other person to change. You know, and I'm not talking about changing really bad things like they're doing things they shouldn't be doing, like talking to other people or you know, disrespecting the relationship. Little bullshit. Little teeny weeny little bullshit. Wanting them to change little teeny weeny little bullshit things about themselves, and they won't do it. The person won't change. So I've literally seen relationships before where it's like, okay, so you get irritated because this person's messy, doesn't pick up after themselves. Okay. So are you, what would hurt worse? Separating from this 10-year relationship or just shutting up and accepting them for who they are? What would hurt worse? What would hurt worse? Because if you've been griping and bitching and arguing and griping and bitching and arguing and griping and bitching and arguing for 10 years and ain't nothing changed, something's got to happen here. Either take a step back and say, okay, well, that's just who you are then. And I accept you for who you are. Or walk the fuck away from this, because that energy is starting to turn toxic as fuck. Starting to turn toxic. See what I'm saying? So again, I don't know what side of the coin you're on. I don't know. I'm sure there's probably some of you on both sides of the coin, you know, but just make sure, take a step back and just make sure I'm not contributing to any toxicity. I'm not. So I got one or two choices. I can either accept this person for who they are, and if I can't accept them for who they are, it's time to go. It's time to go. Time to go. Got to get real simple with it. Simple. Simple, 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 simple. Not complicated. Simple. All right. Whoops. And if it's them that's contributing to all the toxic energy, starting fights, starting arguments, and all this shit, that shit, then are you going to deal with that, or are you going to walk out? Because if they won't quit bitching and complaining and arguing and bitching and complaining and arguing, and it's been going on for years and years and years, either accept it for who they are or walk away from that shit. One of the two. Usually what happens, this is a vast majority of cases, what happens when you take the initiative to work on you and raise your vibration, about 75% of the time, the other person will follow suit. If they don't, and you continue raising your vibration, the two of you will separate anyway by way of universal law. And then a new person will make their way in who matches your new frequency. Yup. Yup, yup. All right, general advice. General advice. We got a super chat here. Maureen, thank you for that super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. General advice. So, 9 of Wands. Learn. I think I've given you all this advice before, but it came out again. So learn how to identify when a soul contract is complete. When I say soul contract, that's not limited to romance. Any human being who is a part of your life, there's a soul contract there. I don't care if it's a good friend that you made at the workplace, if it's your boss, even an enemy. But very frequently what tends to happen is we have some kind of soul contract with somebody. For whatever reason, maybe there was some past life karma. Maybe we just made an agreement with somebody on the other side to come into our life and help us with something, to help us to the next level, whatever it is. And then we come together and we accomplish what we set out to accomplish, and the soul contract is complete. Then the universe starts trying to pull the two of you apart. And sometimes what people do is they get afraid. They get afraid and they cling to the person. They cling to the person. Well, what happens whenever it's time for you to move on from anything? I don't care if it's a connection with a person, friendship, relationship, could be a job, could be the place that you live at. When it's time for you to move on, the universe is going to start making it uncomfortable. Do you know how many times the universe will disrupt the energy where you are and make it uncomfortable on purpose to get you up off your ass and get you to move? Oh, it happens a lot, especially those of you here on mission. Those of you who are here on mission in this time, oh, Jesus, you bet your damn skippy ass. Okay, universe going to make it real uncomfortable when it's time for you to get on to the next level of your assignment. And if we stay there, here's what it reminds me of. You ever see those videos where they'll put like a ridiculous object in a hydraulic press, like a propane tank or something like that, and it like presses slowly, and it's slowly pressing until it goes bow and explodes? Well, that's what the universe will do to you. Whenever it's time, whenever you've completed this little part of your mission and it's time to move on to the next cycle, the universe will start making things uncomfortable. That means it's time to move on. Now, don't make any rash decisions if the energy feels a little bit off one day. Don't just jump to a conclusion. But usually you'll be able to tell day after day after day, week after week, the energy is just getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and it's getting more and more uncomfortable. And if you're a stubborn ass like me, if you got some fixed energy in your chart somewhere and use a stubborn ass and you stay planted and you refuse to move your stubborn fixed ass like me, that's when the universe kicks the tower over on your ass. So learn how to identify when a soul contract is complete. Do not be afraid to walk away whenever the energy between you and any person starts getting so heavy that it's just so unreasonably uncomfortable. Unreasonably, like ridiculously uncomfortable. I mean, this is planet Earth, okay? So it's not comfortable being here anyways. But whenever you wake up one day and the energy just changes and it starts just getting really uncomfortable, and you can feel the universe applying pressure to the point to where you're just dreading every day waking up because this energy is so uncomfortable and annoying, time for you to move on from whatever it is that's uncomfortable, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, or it could even be with your close personal fucking family too. It could be your job, could be the location where you live, whatever it is. Learn how to identify when a soul contract is complete, whenever your mission is complete and it's time to move on to the next level of the mission, and start paying attention to those universal nudges. The more you start becoming familiar, you'll start noticing when the universe is trying to nudge you in a certain direction, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it. Very frequently, it'll be weird and it may not make a whole lot of sense. But when we start learning how to develop that kind of relationship with the universe, man, life starts fucking happening in miraculous ways, dude. I'm telling you right now. For real, for real. All right. I feel like those were the messages that my Capricorn friends needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. I am eternally grateful for every last one of you that tuned in, played along, and showed love, support, and positive feedback. That's what makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget, for those of you who just now tuned in, from now until the end of September, all of my pre-recorded personal readings are $50 off. And that is to celebrate my 5 years reading tarot on YouTube. So don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.